Jude was born with all this staining on his body called port wine stains, and they're just like red different marks on his body. The pediatrician was, they were kind of concerned about it because it could lead to different other defects when you're born. So they sent us out to all these different specialists, and one was a dermatologist at Hershey, and she's like, just to be sure, they want to do an ultrasound on his spine.
They did the ultrasound, and it was kind of like routine, whatever, and then all of a sudden like another doctor came in, and like the whole mood in the room shifted, and it was just like panic set in, because he was like, you could tell they found something that they wasn't supposed to be there. And so they showed me, and it was like this massive tissue in his spinal column. They weren't sure if it was cancer, they weren't sure what it was.
So we supposedly had the best neurologist in the area, and he didn't even know what it was, so they sent it out all across the country to the top hospitals. And eventually, after waiting forever for the results, they still had no idea what it was. So they wanted to see if it was growing, and like Nicole said, we went back for a couple more MRIs. And then pretty much a year later, we went back.
Yeah, his year checkup.
He was in the MRI machine forever. Like, they had to sedate him and put him under, and or like, he should be done, because every other time was like an hour, you know, and
it was like almost 3 hours.
Really, he was in there, and we're like starting to get concerned, like, did the anesthesia like do something to him? But then both looked at each other, and maybe they're not seeing what they want to see. And so the neurologist finally comes in, and he's like, we got some great news for you. That mass is no longer there, and we can't explain why it's not there, and we never need to see you again. Like, yes. What? We're like, what? You never have to see us again?
You're discharged. We don't need to see you again.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like, it was so surreal. Like, are you serious? Like, it was hard to believe. It was right at the timing when church was doing like the miracle series, and I feel like we really learned that God is with us, and He's hearing our prayers.